Hi, and welcome to Super Anti-Aging Podcast with myself, Steve Halpern. Well, this is one day left in this year, right? And I hope you had a good year, a healthy year, and I hope next year is going to be even better. And part of my personal resolutions is to expand these podcasts so more and more people can get access to this information. For people who are new to this podcast, I've been involved in health, holistic health, for decades. And it's wonderful that we have a movement now with the internet where we're able to share information that was kind of difficult to get before. You know, the only way you were able to get it was maybe some magazines or some radio shows, if you weren't a health professional going to conferences. But now we're overloaded with information, and that's also an issue. Take this one, take this vitamin, do this program. It's amazing in all areas. You want to be successful in business? Just take my course and there'll be no problem. It reminds me of growing up, and in the back of magazines, you'd see these all sorts of ads. You want to be super successful? You can become a typewriter repairman or super locksmith or get muscles. Just send some coupons and put some money in an envelope, and now we have all over the web, super duper. You don't really have to do anything. I'll show you how to do it. How does it apply to what I'm interested in, motivating people? Every second of life, we're changing. We all change. Now, here's the question. Are you changing for the better? I'm not talking about in your whole life. I'm talking about in health. Are you changing for the better or not? And that's about the daily actions that we take. And so much of it, I'm going to put some, new health information in this podcast, but basically, it's a motivation podcast. I've had the opportunity to work with lots and lots of brilliant people in my career, and what they taught me is what I want to get across to my audience. It's about all the little things that we do. The habits. Mainly, so we don't have to think about it. Of course we have the habits. But then ask yourself, are you locked into your habits that are negative, that are not benefiting you? So let me give you an example. All right. Starting your day. How do you start your day? How do you start your day? Do you start your day with a little mantra that says, what am I going to do today to improve my health and wellness, and maybe touch some other people around me, so they become motivated. We really need to move. COVID woke a lot of people up. People who are taking their health for granted. And also it put a big kick in the butt to the whole longevity, wellness, health span movement. Why was it that certain people were getting same virus, basically, were able to just shake it off, and others were literally led down a road that, in some cases, led to death? Why? That's the question. It was not just a virus. Maybe the treatment that you got, okay, maybe it wasn't the best treatment. but it was the soil that it fell on. And so that's all we can do is protect ourselves in smart ways. Lessening the toxins, psychological toxins, physical toxins, chemical toxins that overwhelm the body's ability to adapt. We're adaptive machines. And if you change the concept of illness to maladaptation, body's trying to stay healthy. It's programmed to stay healthy, for the most part, and maladaptation, because we've overwhelmed that balancing system. So getting back to my focus on the daily, what do you do daily? What are you consuming for breakfast? Are you thinking about it? Are you thinking, is there a healthy choice? Do you start your day with some stretching? Maybe some simple exercises? A little meditation, quieting yourself, using some breathing and meditation techniques. And again, asking yourself that question, that I posed before. What am I going to do today to improve my health? Because what we've done is we've turned it over to the so-called health professionals. And that's great. With an expertise, I'm not doing my own teeth. I'm not doing my own surgery. We turn those necessary, technologies that people have and expertise. But as adults, we have to do it for ourselves. Yes, it's great to have support. It's great to have support systems. So important. But ultimately, we have to do it. And the biggest trap is, I'll try. I know that one. I'll try. No, you can't try. You either do or you don't do. You take care of yourself or you don't take care of yourself. No, I'll try to take care of myself. No, I'm going to try and exercise. Coming up, we have people, all of us, or many of us do New Year's resolutions. And this year, I'm going to do it. I'll join the gym. Yeah, you will. Probably not follow through. So for those who know all the stuff that I'm telling you, that's great. I love to hear it myself from other people. And you're the people who are not the ones that need to really hear this. But for those who need, as I say, the kick in the butt, maybe you need a health coach. I'm a health coach. You need someone to really kick you in the butt and remind you of the things you need to do. I love supplementation, nutrition, exercise. But the trap is there is no magic supplement, just like there's no magic drug. Yeah, drugs work, save people's lives. Supplements can help balance out, work on anti-aging systems, work on maybe genetic things you have that you don't even know you have, maybe help eliminate toxins. It's all wonderful. But then it comes back to what I said at the beginning. You have to do it. You have to do it. So let me give you some quick health news. On my supplement list, I like that word. I love my supplements. But I love PEA, which I'd be glad to, I'll do another podcast on PEA. PEA is a natural cannabinoid. It's been a pharmaceutical in Europe for almost a decade and a half. It can be derived from food, but getting enough is very, very difficult. So there are some natural forms of PEA and supplementation that can help with sleep, that can help with pain, and even with cannabis addiction. Interesting compound. Fisetin is another one you might want to do some research on. It's another anti-aging compound. One of my favorites again is quercetin. Quercetin, natural antihistamine, polyphenol coming from fruits, berries. Interesting compound as an anti-allergic compound. But the problem is absorption. So you have to find maybe a micronized or liposomal quercetin, so you absorb it. That's the difficulty. The difficulty is lots of times these supplements work great on isolated cells. It's great. What happens when you take it in? Okay, it has to get into the blood, it has to pass through the gut, and then it has to get into the cell. And often things get changed by the liver. Are they getting changed in an active compound or an inactive compound? So, the whole area of nutrapharmaceuticals is very, very interesting and evolving field. So we come to the end of this podcast. Please subscribe so you know, because I'm going to really, really dedicate, as I say on this podcast, to bring you the latest health information. Try and sort through some of the gobbledygook, some of the nonsense. It's really just clickbait and hype, which really doesn't serve any of us. And please share. I have, let me think, I think it's somewhere around 230 podcasts on all sorts of different subjects that are accessible, that you might want to look through, and please comment so I know the things that my audience wants to listen to, the subject areas that they might want to listen to. And if I get enough comments, I'll even do a live presentation where we can go back and forth with questions and hopefully good answers. So I wish my listeners a happy, healthy, prosperous, both health-wise and other parts of your life, coming new year. Thanks again for listening. This is Stephen.